Hello, and welcome back to Ordinary Stories. We all carry invisible baggage, don't we? It's made up of old hurts, expectations that didn't pan out, and versions of ourselves that we have outgrown. And sometimes that baggage gets heavy. Today, I want to talk about a practice that sounds simple but can feel revolutionary: the gentle art of letting go. It's not about forgetting, it's about choosing not to carry. It's not a dramatic, tear filled farewell. It's a quiet, deep breath and a moment of acceptance. It's an art because it requires patience, practice, and above all, gentleness. I want to share a story about my grandfather. He was a carpenter, and his shed was a beautiful mess of sawdust and tools. But the thing he loved most was an old, rickety wooden bench he'd built as a young man. When he retired, he had to sell his house and move into a smaller apartment. The new place was lovely, but there was no room for the bench. It was too big, too worn, and too much of a memory to squeeze in. I remember helping him pack. We got to the bench and I saw the sadness in his eyes. I suggested we try to cram it into a corner, but he shook his head. He looked at it for a long minute, running his hand over the splintered wood, and then he simply said, "It had a good life here. Now it can have a good rest." He didn't throw it out. He gave it to a young neighbor starting his own workshop. He chose to release the object, but he held on to the story. He let go of the physical space it occupied so he could make room for his new life. He taught me, without saying a word, that letting go isn't a loss. It's about regifting the past so you can receive the future. The idea of a gentle release is perfectly captured in the book I want to link to today, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson. Now, the title sounds a bit morbid, but the book is anything but. It's a lovely, practical guide to decluttering your life and your possessions. It encourages you to look around and ask, does this make my life better now? Or is it just holding me captive to yesterday? Magnusson argues that you should declutter, not just for yourself, but so you don't burden the people you love with your unused, unloved things. It's an act of kindness and presence. But the book's wisdom goes beyond physical objects. It gives you a framework for mentally death cleaning your life, letting go of old grudges, unachieved goals, and outdated roles. It reminds us that our story isn't defined by what we keep, but by what we decide is essential. My grandfather did this instinctively with his bench. He preserved the essence, the love, and released the burden of the object. So, as we finish, I encourage you to think about what you might be carrying right now. Is it a regret, a perfectionist expectation, a hurt from years ago? You don't have to toss it out with a dramatic flourish. Just pause. Run your hand over the splintered memory, the way my grandfather touched his bench. That is for what it taught you. And then gently release it. Make space for the new wood, the new projects, and the new stories that are waiting for you. Thank you for letting me share this ordinary story with you today. If this resonated, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what's one small thing you're choosing to gently let go of this week? I'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.